Hello and welcome to Tikkun Torah. This year is entitled Har Habayit number 144, Woman Ascending, Part 2. The previous year we spoke about Poletet Shechva Zera, which means that a woman goes ahead and has relations with her husband. So just like a man has seminal emission, he's a Balkari, so too a woman after relations with a man also, and the emissions would call so to be considered Poletet Shechvat Zera. And any time that she has any emissions for the 3 days after relations for 72 hours, she's considered Poletet Shechva Zera. So normally, as we said in the first year, it's an academic issue because we don't have the Mikdash, we don't have Tuma Taharos anymore. And in terms of Nida, she's not a Nida, therefore she's allowed to be with her husband. So she may have a status for days during the whole time of that she is in a state of Tahara. She has a relation with her husband. She may be defined as political. It's academic. It's not lema'aseh in day-to-day life between the husband and wife. Where does it play a role? Not when she's in a state of Tahara, but right after her state of Tahara is completed. That's when it plays a role in a typical Nida situation. How so? Let's say Sunday night, she's with her husband. She's not a Nida. And then a few hours later, she becomes a Nida. So let's say it's not a long cycle and really just one day, or it's only a kesem, there's a stain. And therefore, theoretically, so it's Sunday night, she was with her husband. Then early Monday morning, she becomes a Nida with a ketem, a stain. So now, when can she start the hefsek Tara and the Shiv Nakiyim? So if she still has dam, so then it might take a few days, which often it does. But in this case, there's no dam. She had the kesem, the stain, on Monday morning, and that's it. So what would be wrong Monday afternoon before Shkia? What would be wrong with her to do a hefsek tahara? And if she comes out with a clean hefsek tahara on Monday afternoon before Shkia, let Monday night, Tuesday, be the first day of the Shiv Nakiyim. So I understand if there's dam for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, so she'll have to wait till Thursday afternoon. But if there's just a little bit of dam, there's no flow, so let her go ahead already by Monday afternoon. Start the Shiv Nakiyim, hefsek tahara, and then Monday night, it's the first day of Shiv Nakiyim. So the reason is because of Poletet Shechva Zera. Because if she has relations Sunday night, let's say 9 o'clock, halachically, any Zera that may come out of her till Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, let's say 10 o'clock, she has relations Sunday night, 10 o'clock. So then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday night, 10 o'clock, which is Thursday, those days all cannot be counted as the time where she has a Shiva Nakiyim. Why not? She's no dam. What's the problem? Because Poletet Shechva Zera is not only a problem for Tumat Tahara in times of the Mikdash, but many Rishonim, not all, but many Rishonim, the Rambam, and Shulchan Paschas like the Rambam, maintain that she cannot have a Shiva Nakiyim, her clean days, while she is Poletet Shechva Zera, during the days that she might have emissions of Zera, then that's a contradiction to the Shiva Nakiyim. Just like a man who is a Zav, so when he has emissions, that will affect his Shiva Nakiyim. So to a woman who's a Nida or possibly a Zava, when she has any emissions, that will affect the Shiva Nakiyim. And that's how the practice developed, that when a woman becomes a Nida, we always wait 5 days. And it all is because, and many people think, it's because we assume that she'll have dam for 5 days. Sima Kuf Tzadivav and the Shulchan Aruch and Yeridea says no, it's not because of the dam. The Shulchan Aruch and the Ramah say we're concerned that she may have had relations and right after became a Nida, and she still might be emitting Zera, which makes her Poletet Shechva Zera, and therefore, in order to make sure she starts the Shiva Nakiyim, the 7 clean days, without a possibility of her being Poletet, we wait 5 days, so we know during those 5 days, she may be having dam, but we know that already 72 hours after she had relations, she cannot be halakhically defined as Poletet Shechva Zera, because even if somehow Zera would come out 80 hours later, 90 hours later, it has no halachic status. So that's the history behind the 5 days. The Aruch HaShulchan says there's a lot of chumras here, because what if she didn't have relations right before she became an Nida? She didn't have relations for 2-3 days, so then we don't need this 5 days. She had relations in a week. So all she should have to do theoretically would be just see when she has dam, and when she finishes the dam, 2 days after she started, start already the hefsek Tara and the 7 clean days. Aruch HaShulchan says there's a lot of chumras, but it's a low plug, meaning a woman goes ahead and she becomes a nida. She needs to wait 5 days. The only exception is if she started the hefsek Tara process, she's in the middle of Shiva Nekiyim, and then she sees dam again, so then she starts the process over right away with the new hefsek Tara. She doesn't need 5 days, because then she was in the middle of the hefsek Tara. She certainly was not with her husband. She was in the middle of the Shiva Nekiyim. She certainly wasn't with her husband during that time. And therefore, in that case, only we are lenient for her not to have to count the 5 days. Or certain times, poskim might be lenient, only 4 days, medical issues, fertility issues, but that's a separate discussion. So that's the history of the 5 and 7 day pattern that we have. She sees she has to wait 5 days, not simply because dam is going on for many days, which often it is 4 or 5 days, but because of the issue of Poletet Shechva Zera. The next year, we'll see how this relates to Har Habayit. Shalom.